Welcome once again here on the Regional Radio Sports Network. My name is Paul County, President and Founder of Regional Radio Sports. We're broadcasting today from the Student Activity Center for Indiana University South Bend Men's and Women's Basketball Media Day. Glad to be joined here by Deshon Burnett and Jylen Petty, a couple guys that grew up here in northern Indiana. We'll be talking to them, a couple seniors for Scott Cooper's Titans basketball team. Gentlemen, first of all, it's the last go-around. How's everybody feel about Jylen? Let me start with you. You grew up here locally, took your skill set away from town for a while, but you're back in town. But this is it, man. No more basketball. How you feeling about this being your senior season, man?
Man, it's kind of bittersweet. I really don't know how to feel. I've just been taking it day by day. I'm just trying to find new ways to motivate myself in practice and really enjoy the ride and enjoy my teammates, enjoy the practices, enjoy the whole process.
Deshon, for you, you just nodded your head when Jylen said enjoy the practices. We don't see that a lot from freshmen and sophomores now, do we?
Nah, not really, because they don't. I mean, when you're freshman, sophomore, you don't really look 2-3 years ahead to, like, where you're at your senior year. So, like you said, it's, like, really bittersweet to, like, you never know. This might be our last day doing this drill or our last day doing something. And, I mean, you just take it in. I mean, it's really, when you really think about it, sometimes, like, through my head, I don't even think about, like, in, like, 3 months, 4 months, I might be done. So, I mean, like I said, it's really a bittersweet process, the whole thing.
You know, you guys, we've always talked about basketball. Let's talk about school studies. We haven't done that. Deshon, I know that you and I have been on this program a couple times. So talk about when it's all said and done, you're going to be leaving with a degree in, and what are your aspirations once you put away that uniform?
So I'm going to be leaving with a degree in communications with a minor in business. After school, I also plan on going into real estate, so I'm gonna get my real estate license. So just to help me out, like in like career paths and stuff like that too. But I mean, real estate, communication, and business, that all goes hand in hand as well. So that's why I chose that.
How about you, Jylen?
I also will be getting my degree in communications with a business minor, and I'm looking to go into public relations. But like Deshon said, communications is a very broad field, so like there's plenty of options. I'm not really set in stone just yet, but about 80% public relations.
Just to put some things in perspective, guys, you know, I got to go back to my days, and of course, but that's the Stone Age. I mean, there was black and white TV, which became color TV, which then, of course, became AM radio, and I actually was there at the birth of FM radio, and I remember where newspapers and magazines were the toast of the town, and now the world has dramatically changed. So there are a lot more options, and I know that Tanner Camp and I talk about this a lot. There are so many things that are different, and it's such a much more expanded role with social media and whatnot. Let's talk about that, because that's something that's going to be a big part of more options for your generation. Deshon, how about you? What you thinking about social media and some of that stuff?
As far as like what
job options?
I mean, social media is so broad nowadays that I mean, content creating. So as far as things like, I mean, even like as far as like college teams, you can be a content creator for a college team. You can run like their social medias and stuff like that, or you can like be a personalized content creator, so you can run your own things. As far as like TVs, I mean, gaming even has its own content creation now, where people stream games and people love to watch that. Or like YouTube, you go across YouTube, you see people like filming their everyday lives, playing games or prank skits and stuff like that. So, I mean, that job field is always something I've admired. Actually, I actually do like stream games myself, but I mean, I like that world. So,
Jylen, what about you? What do you think about today's world of communications? Do you think that's something that you'd enjoy being a part of?
Yes, definitely. Social media gives you a great opportunity to put yourself out there, for one, and for two, a lot of people get on social media to really tune into a lot of different things, and just being in communications major, you see a lot of things on social media that like catches your eye. Like broadcasting is a thing that I want to start getting into. I would actually like to do an IUSB game or something like that.
Yeah, why don't you come on over? We'll put a headset on you. We'd love to have you.
I would definitely like to do that in the future.
All right, well, let's bring it back to basketball because I know that's something that's really very special. I know, Jylen, initially you grew up here. You went to Washington High School on the west side of South Bend, and you went off to another school, and then you finally came back here to settle in at IU South Bend. When it's all said and done, all the travels along the way for basketball, you've had a chance to grow from a lot of different people, whether it be some of your youth coaches to your high school coaches to your college coaches, and they are many. Give us an idea of some of those coaches and what they've meant to you and how they've mentored you along the way.
Oh, man. So my freshman year of high school, I started off with Chad Johnston, who's now at Adams High School. I still keep in touch with him to this day.
Dude.
Like, a really great dude. And he's doing a good job at Adams, too. And my sophomore through my senior year was Ryan Varga, who's still at Washington right now. And he's doing a great job with that program. We even got a sectional about a couple years ago. Still sad that I couldn't get one, but it's all good. Translating to college, I went to Kaskaskia College in Illinois. My coach was Brian Hancock, and he was hard-nosed, tough. Like, I really had to grow up and fast. He was a no-tolerance type of guy. Like, it was his way or the highway. And then just coming back home with Coach Cooper, another great guy who's been here for a long time and has won championships. And just a guy that, not even coaching-wise, I can come in his office and I can talk to him about life in general. So I'm grateful to have all of these coaches that I've had along the way, and I'm excited.
And Deshon, how about you? Talk about your journey and your coaches along the way.
So my first coach, probably 7, 8 years old. It was actually a girl. Her name's Kelly Chavez. She's been my coach since, like I said, 8 years old. YMCA basketball. She was more than just a coach, to be honest. Me and her, her kid was on the team, so me and her kid was best friends growing up. She was more like a second mom. She'd take care of me and stuff like that. Always put me on the path to be like who I am today. So starting out with her, and then I got to like middle school basketball. I had another coach named Deion Tolliver. He was another person that more than just a coach, really a mentor, role model for me to like be more of like, it's not even, basketball is more than just like a sport just for you. You have people around you. Has to be the best person to your teammates and people in total. And then high school, Brad Stengel, and you're in. You know, we went state championship. He was another person that pushed me to be the best person I can be. Team captain 2 years there. I mean, he put me in roles to succeed, so he was always there. And then now Coop keeps me on my studies, make sure we're doing the right thing. Coop is actually a very funny person.
Very funny.
That people don't realize, but yeah, Coop is a great person. So I mean, all my coaches I've been with always push me to be more than just a basketball player, because basketball stops at some point. That everybody knows that. So I mean, I'm appreciative for all of them.
You know, I thought the same thing that after I got out of high school that it would end, but then I got into coaching, and then when I got into coaching, I say this is really cool. Then I decided, hey, let's go into broadcasting, and so here I am 40 years later still doing it. So I'm going to disagree with you on the fact that sometimes it has to stop. I'm still playing, and I'm 68 years old, so just never say never in that regard. So, hey, let's talk about the upcoming season. I know for you guys, you find yourself in a really pivotal role from a leadership standpoint. We'll start with you, Jylen. I know that second team all-conference a season ago, you did a great job in your role. And a lot of times I saw you play. You were coming off the bench, and you provided a tremendous spark as well as enthusiasm off the bench. And some guys I thought you really shined in that particular role. Some people get caught up on the importance of starting. It's not really starting the game. It's like who's going to finish the game, which is the most important thing. So talk about the role. I'm going to throw some numbers to our audience. You average 12 points a game. You average about 4.5 rebounds in a game throughout the course of the year. So let's talk about those numbers and give us your thoughts on the final year.
Like you said, coming off the bench I really put the team first doing that, and you wouldn't think that me coming off the bench will result in an all-conference award. So I took it day by day. We had a great team last year, and I I knew what was expected of me coming into the game. I already knew my role. I knew what I had to do. So I wanted to be consistent as possible. I wanted to lead. I wanted to just be a great teammate.
That's pivotal. Jylen, let's talk about yours. Taking a look at, Deshon. Deshon, I'm thinking of right around 4 points a game for you. And once again, you found yourself with about 3 rebounds a game. Give us an idea as you look back on your numbers. I know you're wanting to be able to contribute and get those numbers to move up, but it's really not that important as long as your team wins.
Yeah, I mean, winning has always been the biggest thing in my mind. I've always wanted to win every single level of basketball. As far as numbers-wise, I mean, I go out there, I play, give my hardest. If I come out there 4 points, come out there at 15. I mean, as long as we get that win, like I said, it's the biggest philosophy to me. As far as like this year, I'm team heavy. I mean, we're young. I want to put the young guys in the best place so they can succeed in the future as well because, I mean, I think it's just the right thing to do.
You know, a year ago, Deshon Barney was your kind of go-to guy. Numbers will bear it out. 32 points and about 19 points a game, and just rebounded at almost 10 rebounds a game. So that role is different. But what did you learn from watching Deshon from a leadership standpoint? I mean, last year was his final season, and did you guys learn something from watching the way he led, both on and off the floor?
Honestly, I knew Barney since I was little, so the translation to coming to IUSB wasn't really anything to adapt to because I've been playing with him for so long, and yeah, we're missing that piece, but we got good pieces coming in too that can fill that role and just carry the team in a different way.
Jylen, you find yourself in one of the most unique things that people may or may not understand, that the NCAA and college basketball as a whole changed the number system.
Yes.
So you can have any jersey from number 0 to number 99. And so you chose number 8 this season. Last year you wore jersey number 4. This year number 8. Tell us the story about number 8.
I wanted number 8 last year, honestly, and I picked it this year again because of Kobe, one of my favorite players. I even cut my hair off. He really he gives a different tenacity to the game, the tenacity that I bring to practice every day. I'm trying to make my teammates better and push them to become better players.
All right, Deshon, I'm going to give you an open-ended question. The IU South Bend Titans, a year ago, 22-9. They're going to have a better record than that if we do these couple things.
First off, it starts off from the defensive end. I mean, I feel like we were a great defensive team last year, and that's what it started off. This year we probably can be. I feel like we're probably a little bit faster than we were last year. I feel like we can. I mean, we can switch a lot of things. We can play great defense all around and up the court. And once again, I said we're faster, so pushing the tempo, I feel like we can get up and get a lot of fast break points this year. But at the same time, I mean, it's really just playing well together. I mean, not being selfish. We play well together. I feel like we can be better than what we were last year.
Jylen, same question. The Titans are going to have a terrific year if we can do these things.
I honestly think we could have a better year if we just close our games better. I think last year we struggled closing our games. We probably about 4 or 5 of our games came down to the wire, and we just didn't do a good job closing. But, yeah, just staying together, staying in the moment, not getting mad at each other, just staying focused. That's the biggest thing, staying focused.
Of the new guys that have come into the program, are you excited about some guys you think that can make an immediate impact? Either one of you guys, what do you think?
I'm very excited about 1 through 14. I feel like anybody could come through in the game and do the role, and everybody practices so hard, so like there's no telling, like if your name is called, I feel like anybody on our team will be ready to come to play.
All right, guys, the loaded question. The Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference, who's the team to beat in the CCAC? Let's start with Mr. Burnett here.
The team to beat in the it's always us. I mean,
there you go.
It's always going to be us. I mean, we might have won last year. I mean, we won a year before that. In the last 5 years, I think we've won the most. If I'm not wrong, I think we won the most conference championship, not the regular seasons. But I mean, I feel like we'll still be the team to beat. I mean, we gotta come with that mentality anyway, because if we think we're the team to beat all the time, we should come to play hard, because we're gonna get everybody's best at the end of the day.
Jylen, what's your take on that?
Definitely think that we're the team to beat. That conference championship in March left a nasty taste in my mouth. That's not IUSB, that's not us. I feel like if we get to that point, when we get to that point this year, that we'll be ready, we'll be more focused, and we will prevail.
All right, final question. I'm going to sneak one in there. Coach Cooper. Let's talk about what's the funniest thing that Coach Coop has done in practice so far this season. Or maybe we have to go back to last year. You're already smiling over there, Jylen, so you have something. What's your favorite Coach Coop thing that's happened in the last year or so?
The thing about Coop is, it's funny how he, I would say, during our open gyms, he put this green tape, in the paint, and if you didn't shoot in that tape or outside it, in a 3-point shot, then you got -2 points. And he has different ways of trying to get into people's skin, and I think that's funny. I really do think that's funny.
How about you, Mr. Burnett? You have a thought on that?
So Coop isn't he's not our generation. So he tries to use our generation terms sometimes. So one time in practice this year, somebody got dunked on, and he tried. He said the right term, but it's the way he said it. So he said somebody got baptized. And, it's just weird.
Be posterized, right?
Yeah, it's weird coming out of Coop's mouth. So that was probably one of the funniest things he said this year.
Guys, we're excited about your senior seasons. We hope you stay injury free, and let's hope that you are able to do and achieve all the things that God's put in front of you. So congratulations, guys. Great to visit with you today.
Thanks for having us.
Once again, we appreciate you joining us here today for Indiana University South Bend Men's Basketball Media Day 24-25. For Tanner Camp, I'm Paul Country. Thanks for joining us here from the Student Activity Center.